going on? This is John Glass, Glass House Productions, Suicide Squad Music Group. You're now in tune with This50.com, DJ Thorough.
What's good? It's DJ Thorough, aka Thorozano, the bridge to the streets. Right now you're watching the hottest in the streets right here on This50.com. And today we talking producer talk. With that being said, introduce yourself.
What's going on? My name's John Glass, representing Boston, Massachusetts. Happy to be here doing music production, hip hop, soul, a little bit of all that. So.
He's a very modest guy. Let's run down your discography real quick. Who have you produced for, who have you worked with, and everything?
Absolutely. Most notably, I've done a lot of work with the young MC Token. I've been working with him closely since he was 13, and I've been a big part of that movement as well. I've also done a lot of work with mass natives like Termanology and Rex. Those are the homies from back home. I've done some great work with some great guys out here in New York. Recently been working with Cartier to God out of the Bronx, and just excited. Did some more stuff with Joyner Lucas, M. Dot also from Massachusetts, Glasses Malone from California, and just trying to stay busy.
You ever work with MF Doom?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
But who knows? Who knows?
No,
you know?
Who knows? I figured, you know.
Soon enough, hopefully. MF Doom.
MF Doom, yeah. Okay, so coming up in Boston, being a producer, what made you want to get into this? What beat did you hear? What song did you hear that said, damn, I want to do that?
Well, like growing up from the East Coast, you know, I'm definitely been very much inspired by, you know, the greats like Premier and Pete Rock. As I grown older, I really got accustomed to like people like Ninth Wonder, love Just Blaze's production, Jake One, Bink, like a lot of those type of guys. So from there, like I definitely tried to morph a lot of the boom bap with kind of like the elevated boom bap as well, where it's like, you know, mixing a little bit of that soul and stuff, but also kind of like, you know, sometimes like we were talking about even earlier, where we're talking about some of like the old '90s records, like people almost like consider them, like when you think '90s, they society sometimes looks at them as like dumbed down records to what's going on now. But it's not necessarily dumbed down. I feel like it's just like you said, just being able to work with what we had back then, and they were like help laying the groundwork for everything that we do today. So it's like, I think that when it comes to making the music and stuff, like I feel like it's important to definitely take something from the past, but then add your own inspiration to it, and then, you know, create something new.
Right. So. Now, I could barely read, but I noticed that you have your shirt says
No Mas Free Beats.
Is that a case where a lot of producers are like being enslaved? They do all these beats for artists, and they end up with no money because maybe, and we spoke about this earlier, I think sometimes it's the producer's fault because their businesses, you get what you negotiate. I always say that.
It's 100% true. You got to know your worth in any business that you do. You got to know what you bring to the table and how you can really offer something that is going to be what someone wants. You know what I mean? You got to provide value, and I feel like what we stand for is providing value and bringing value back to production and to the producers who are really creating a lot of great art. And I feel like it's sometimes undervalued nowadays. You know what I mean? A lot of artists will come in and you know, I also do engineering, so people will come in even, you know, and bring you know, YouTube beats and stuff like that all the time, all day, yo. They'll ask me, yo, can you rip this off YouTube for me real quick? And it's like, that's cool, like I respect it, you know what I mean? I understand.
Don't, but go ahead.
I mean, I respect the fact that, like, that, you know, when not everyone's ready to make that jump, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta, you know, really harness your craft, and sometimes it's about, you know, finding whatever you can rap on and just to find your sound and your style. And then as you start to kind of progress, then you kind of really start investing a little bit more into it. So like, I get that aspect, but if you're still doing that same thing for years and years,
that's what I mean. I don't respect.
No Mas Free Beats to you, sir. We work hard as producers. You know, we take a lot of pride in what we do, and it's timely. You know what I mean? Like you want to sit down and make something perfect, and you want to represent what you do and the art that you make. We speak with our hands as opposed with our words.
Exactly. So. You were recently affiliated with Sway in the Morning, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sway. Sway's a good friend of mine too. He brought me on this show, and he let me DJ, and you know, that was an honor to me because I used to listen to Sway on the Wake Up Show. And when he's doing it with the Bay Area, him and Sway and Tech Show. I had cousins in the Bay Area. They would send me the tapes, and that's how I even knew about Sway from the early '90s. So
I found out about that show like a little bit later on because I wasn't as familiar with it honestly when I was first coming up and stuff. So when I found out about that, like, and just obviously I've known him from the MTV and things of that sort. But when I figured out, like, you know, all the different things he's done over the years, and just he's been such a catalyst for so many artists and producers and just so many people in general that are just part of hip hop culture. So to be able to be on that platform, to not only, you know, speak to him and share the room with someone like that, it was like an absolute honor. And it's just his presence is is incredible. He's such a humble person, but like he has so much respect. You can see the way that everyone respects him around him, and not only that, but again, just being a great person. I feel like that speaks volumes for everyone that he keeps in good company.
Yeah, Sway's definitely humble. He's probably the richest person I know, and so humble. He's so humble you didn't realize he's rich.
But see, that's the best part. Like,
Sorry, Sway.
I think humility is amazing. Like, especially when you meet these people you look up to. Like, you watch them for years and you look up to them like half of your life, and get to meet them, and it's so refreshing when you get to meet these people and you realize that they're just everyday people like you and I, just like have a conversation. So it's like it's I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
it's always awesome talking to me, bro. I'm messing with you. So, moving into the future. What do you have going on right now? What are you working on?
We're doing a lot. So with the No Mas Free Beats, we have a small production company called the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
That we've been, myself, Eddie Random, and also our other producer friend Melks. And we've been working on a lot of great music. We're trying to really brand our company and just coming out with a lot of new merch lines and stuff, but also just focusing on first and foremost on the music. So we've been just we did a Dave East remix recently.
Shout out to Dave East.
He's an incredible artist, someone that we definitely are looking forward to hopefully working with in the future. I'm definitely doing a lot more submissions, sending out beats to a lot of artists and stuff. Just trying to stay active, you know what I mean? And so right now we've been doing a lot of that, working on some new music. I just shot a video with A1 Vision for a video off a beat tape that I'm putting out.
Okay, a beat tape, a video. Oh, that's dope.
Because I feel like now,
that's dope.
Exactly, it's something
that's
different.
Dope.
As producers now, I feel like we have to start stepping up and becoming like essentially like the artist in a way. Because
you're artist.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's like we gotta start, like you said, it's like it's up to us to be the brand. It's up to us to decide if we are the ones that are getting providing the beats for money or not. You know what I mean? So it's like it's at the end of the day, we got to take control of our brand and what we do. And so I feel like to put us more in the forefront, to create the visual aspect, is just more conceptual. It also adds more content, so that way we can share it across more media platforms and stuff like that. It's just attack from all angles. You know what I mean? Guerrilla marketing.
Right. Top 5 producers of all time, in your opinion?
All time.
Yeah.
Quincy Jones definitely got to be up there.
I'll agree with that.
He's got to be
You don't hear that much, but damn, okay.
You got to think like...
You're not even doing hip-hop, you're doing producers.
Producers,
That's dope.
Exactly.
I like that.
I really think he was...
That's true.
On some other shit.
I mean, Michael Jackson.
That's all you gotta say. That's all, done. Conversation over.
Thriller. We're done.
He did Thriller.
He did Thriller. Yeah. He did Thriller.
Exactly.
He said Michael Jackson didn't do that. He did Thriller.
So
what's that? 52 million records?
Yeah.
Nobody will ever do that again.
Stupid.
Ever.
That's. Yeah, just on some other shit. So Quincy Jones, he's up there for sure. Dre is definitely up there for me just because of his impact. Being from the East Coast, I definitely have a lot of East Coast influence, but I'm a huge fan of the West Coast production and just their sonics and their sound all in general. Like TDE to me is some of the best mixes right now in the game, and like I just love their sonics, and like I just think their production, their sound is. They're putting out just classics with everything they do. So I'm a big fan of the West Coast sound. Dre for sure I put him up there. Kanye would be up there. I feel like just because his versatility and just he's just outside the box, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
You can't put that dude in a box, so I'll put him up there. Damn. I mean, Premier or Pete Rock, I'd probably put them together just because both of them had such like a huge impact, and like they both did different things around the same time.
Right.
That impacted the game in such a huge way.
They worked on Illmatic.
Yeah. Exactly. See, there you go. That's the next one. Done. That's all you gotta say. They worked on Illmatic.
Exactly. They worked on Illmatic. Illmatic.
Illmatic.
That's it. There's nothing to talk about after that.
Those guys are the ones, man, for me. And like, if there's one more, I'm trying to think of someone even not like outside of hip hop, but I don't even know. I'd say like, even though Michael wasn't a producer in that aspect, he produced. You know what I mean? Because like, if you watched some of his like when he was performs and stuff, he would keep time with everybody. He would keep everyone accountable for every piece of the performances.
He would dock their pay if they missed a step.
See, you see him, but he was about it.
He definitely did that.
He was about. I that's crazy. But I
James Brown did that too.
See, but these again, they demand greatness because they're great. You know what I mean? They want the people around them to be
You know
great.
who else is like that? The boss man, 50 Cent. He's tough, man.
But
he's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Like he's a perfectionist. Like out of all the rappers I've been on the road with, he's an hour early for everything. And that, a person of that status is usually the opposite. And you can't make no mistakes, nothing. Your weapon of choice, what do you use to make beats?
I started as an MP guy. I love the
hardware,
MPC.
the hardware.
Yep,
Okay.
MPC 1000. And then,
Oh, the 1000.
Yeah,
Oh.
I seen an old YouTube video with this dude Boondock, and like from there I was like, I need to do what he's doing because that blew my mind, and I was like, just seeing what he could do with a sample across the pads, and I was like, wait, you could do what? And like, I just kind of like, I lost my mind.
That's dope because I see people on the plane. You got batteries. You can run by batteries, so you could be on the plane making beats.
Yeah.
That's dope.
My homie's got the 500. It runs on like 2D batteries, or 4D batteries, and literally you could bring that anywhere.
And you like, go anywhere.
It's like, I'm going to go to the beach, bring my MP
and
with
you
me.
On the
beach, like what? Like that's crazy. So like, I love that. Now I've moved a little bit more to machine. The fact that I can hit save is like one of my favorite things in the world. Like from being an MP guy, you have to track in all the stems and stuff. And it's like after you make a beat, you're like, oh, now I gotta bring it all into my computer, and you're just like, you're like, damn it. So like being able to be like, oh, where I finished this, save. I'm like, yes, this is like the greatest feeling in the world.
Before you had to do all of this nonsense.
Exactly. So that was the best, honestly. Like I love machine rep for that. and just the fact that it's like it's like a cousin to the MP, you know what I mean? As far as the navigation, stuff like that.
So right here now, check it. I'm gonna help you get some money, and you're gonna owe me 10%.
Got you.
All right? So if anybody want to get at you for any beats or do some work with you, how can they get in contact with you?
Hit me up on email, johnglassbeats@gmail or at johnglass_. And it's JONGLASS.
Is there anything you want to cover that we didn't cover?
Just trying to think right now. Just happy to be here, man. And like we got a lot of new music on the way. Token just dropped a record called New Problems that I co-produced with the homie J57. It just came out. It's doing really, really well so far. What's dope about this record is that like a lot of artists in the industry, as they start coming up, they start to deal with a lot of new circumstances, a lot of new situations that they maybe never thought they would deal with, or they maybe never expected. And this is kind of talking about a lot of those things. And a lot of people see the glamorous side of the industry where it's like they see the shows, the lights, the people cheering, and this is kind of bringing a little bit of light to some of the other sides, and some of the things that you don't necessarily always see in the forefront. And so I think it's important for people to know, anyone pursuing, to get into the music industry and the business and stuff, to know that, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. You're going to deal with a lot of bumps in the road, but surround yourself with good people and work hard and focus on doing the right thing that you know how to do, and don't take any BS. If you know in your heart that this is what's right, you got to stick with that, and you got to know that what you have in here is more important than what anyone else can give you. So.
Right. Dream collaboration before we get out of here. If you could produce for any artist in the world, one artist, who would that be? In
the world, man. I mean, not just because we're in this building, but I'd have to say 50. Like I had the opportunity to submit some beats to him through the homie D-Tech, and who knows what will happen. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm just a big fan of music in general. And when he came on the scene, it was just like a takeover, man. So it's like I remember being around. I was in high school when this first project dropped, and I definitely would say that was a huge reason of why I started even pursuing music in college. Because like just the impact that had on me as far as the influence, but not only that, but the power of the records. You know what I mean? And just that sort of thing. It was just like there was nothing like that for me at that time when it came out. Because Jay-Z and those guys were always dope and always doing things, but when he came out, it was something different. And and not only that, but like. I'm not necessarily from the streets, but I love street music. And it's just like there's something that when you feel it, like when you're listening to that, like the emotion, there's something like a lot of comparisons between like the passion that Pac had when he would rap on the songs to how 50 would have that same kind of passion where it's like you really felt what he was saying. Like there was no nonsense either. It's like I definitely believe every word that was said, you know what I mean? So it's like I think that's the true artistry, and those are the people I want to work with. So
all right, there it is, man. John Glass, DJ Thorough. This is 50.com. Hottest in the streets. When you see us, one knee us. Let me pay respect. We out.